And good evening, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of the best Star Wars CCG show that airs on Tuesday nights. Holotheatre. As always, I'm Dan Tartaglione, better known as DTartag1. Joining me from the Jawa Council chambers in seclusion, still debating on their next
Oh no,
tweaks.
no, we made our decision. My flight's just been delayed.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. I've been snowed in since the 7th
Oh, so you've been at the NPC
for the last
then?
4 days.
I didn't realize that the
No,
Jawa
no.
Council was in Newark.
Hey, first of all, it's an undisclosed location. Let's just say
Newark.
that it is a place where it is currently 90 degrees, but there's 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Minnesota?
So
That's fair.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's easy to get. It's easy to find a goat to sacrifice here. That's all,
Well, Kendall Hallman, again, our resident Jawa Council member.
And when I say my flight's been delayed, it is a Cessna, like a little two-man plane. There's not actually commercial air flight.
Then you're in Alaska. Because it actually has gone to like 90 degrees outside of Anchorage, and they had snow up
in April.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's not Alaska.
Oh, well, that's no fun. And then joining me from his kitchen as he cooks fabulous food that is making me super jealous, not jealous, is the man himself, Mr. Anthony. I am the Batmouse. Hear me roar, Howard.
Hey, howdy, hey, folks. I'm Batmouse.
So, yeah, no, we got a nice little show for you, everybody, tonight. It's going to be a good one. We're going to talk to, obviously, we're going to talk to Kendall about the Jawa Council and their rulings that they just posted onto the forums, Slack, everywhere, GEMP. We're going to talk to Kendall about that. We're going to talk to Batmouse and the fact that in the he just top 4 his during his first top 8, and I believe he did something in the GEM PC. I don't remember exactly what, but
I think it's top 4 in the same week, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But
super weird.
But before we get into it, let's talk about what is going on in Star Wars CCG, including the GEM PC. Well, let's get into that one really quick. So right off the bat, Tom Struther, our 22nd seed, I don't know if
destroyed
the Batmouse in a showing of why he should be ranked higher than 22nd.
Destroyed me.
So I gotta ask Batmouse, if Tom signs up for it next year, what will his ranking be?
21.
Okay, I mean that is technically higher than 22. So,
it is higher. I mean, the list this year there was a lot of really good players this year.
I know.
Yeah, 22 is actually pretty high. I mean, Tom is like my number 1, but
I mean, I had Tom at number 2 going in. Oh no, I think I had him at number 3 after MHT.
Right. You had him very high on our preliminary list.
Yeah, I had him extremely high because I know the level of a player he is, but he ended up showing us all that he is a top level player by advancing to the finals. He will await the winner of Kieran versus Mike Kessling. I believe that they're going to be playing on Thursday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
If it's Kessling, you should play There's Good in him, because I hear that he's not great at the matchup.
Wow.
I don't know if he's. I don't know. Like, he did go on stream, and who did he play on stream? In There's Good in him. Or no, he played Bring Him Before Me against somebody playing There's Good in him.
Yes, that's right. That was me. I don't know if you got the joke. Yeah.
Mike will face off against Kieran with the honor of facing against Tom in the final. Funny enough, if Mike does win, this will be a rematch of the PC20 event where Tom defeated Mike in the finals of that event. So definitely got a lot to look forward to. I'm not sure if they're going to be playing both games, but make sure you guys stay tuned to the forum, to Twitter, to Slack, and to Discord and Facebook as well.
Man, the Game PC takes forever. Didn't it start in during the pandemic?
That would have been, I don't know.
Like it was. I'm pretty sure it was March of 2020.
Yeah.
It was like the governor said stay at home, and Batmouse said play your Star Wars games.
Yeah,
they were actually. I had them on
all of the games.
I had it like on two. I had the local news on and Holotheatre on at the same time. Because they were equally important.
Holotheatre? Yeah, I was gonna say Holotheatre's been going on for a while. So
I mean, there were 3,000 people that started the Game PC this year, right?
About
right.
100 players.
Oh, 3004. That's why we had to have the playing games. That's right.
Yep, playing games. Playing games will delay it for you.
And just to check up on the, I don't know, Batmouse, are you giving away prizes to the prediction contest?
I'll give you something shiny.
Well, shiny is good because right now it looks like Bill Kafer is going to walk away with the win, no matter who finishes up. Golden Run, I'm assuming that's going to be Charlie, is going to be finishing third, and then the Kiss of Death will finish in second. So,
yeah,
I don't know what's going on there, but
I mean, I did my best to destroy as many brackets as I could.
Yeah, and it's funny that Bill Kafer has. Speaking of Bill Kafer, it is his birthday, so make sure you guys wish Bill a happy birthday. He has Mike Kessling winning in his bracket. I do not know if he has him beating Tom or Joe Olsen, but it would be kind of a nice little thing to see him if he picks Tom and Mike to play off. I know that Tom is currently watching. Tom, how do you feel about the prospects of facing off against Mike Kessling? And how do you feel about Bill predicting Mike to beat you? But hopefully Tom will hear us as we talk about that. But moving on really quick. Jared last week announced that he is going to be doing, the marketing team, the advocates are all going to be doing the Deck Box series. This is all thematic Swiss events spanning from April to December. There is an 8-minute video about what Jared is talking about. It's all going to be thematic, and to register, it is a $10 fee for each event. You can do that through the PC store. This is, again, all going to be on GAMP. You can check out the event structures on the forums. Prizes, if there's 10 people or less, first and second are going to get a PC XL deck box corresponding to the event's theme. And we'll talk about that for a second. If there's 11 through 15, first, second, and then a random participant will get one, and then 16 plus, first, second, one random from 3rd through 6th, and then one from 7th through the remaining will get one as well. You'll get foils, foil slips, stickers, poker chips, posters, bottle openers, the screwdriver keychain, all these cool prizes just for $10. And you get to play a Star Wars. Again, the first event is going to be the Ahsoka Adventure. It's going to be this coming Sunday, April 16th at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can register for the event up until 6 a.m. Eastern. And then Hall of Famer and member of Team New Allies, Chris Schoenthal, will be the tournament director. So,
I love that guy.
Have either of you gentlemen signed up to play in this?
I haven't. I don't know if I'm going to be available or not. I got a lot going on this weekend.
Batmouse?
I haven't. I know that I have. I'm cooking today because I have negotiations at the end of the week, and so I'm not sure if I'll be back in time.
The negotiations will be short.
They're aggressive, though. They're definitely aggressive.
Yeah. And then speaking of which, right now we do have 7 people signed up, including myself, Carl Koenig, Apollyon, who's Jason Rendau, Koenig. Koenig, Tom Struthers, Ryan Saracen, Chad Lawrence, and DJ Jackson. So right now there's 7 people signed up for that. So you can't have me top 2 this. I will say this though. If I do end up top 2ing and getting a PC XL deck box, I will be giving it away live on Holotheatre at some point. So even
Such a generous guy.
I mean, I've got my set of 12 behind me.
There you go.
So, but yeah,
I've got like 4, and it's too many.
I like my wall.
I got my Grievous one that I got is just sitting in the back of my car.
Sadness.
I do have an empty Raditz right now.
I will be giving away a Cad Bane deck box at the Pittsburgh local here on the 22nd.
Well, we were actually
man.
We're going to talk about that in a second. So the other big thing that is coming up is the PC Online Retro event. Again, this it is going to be our Father's Day charity event. It is going to be from I'm reading it right now. Premiere 2 Special Edition. You can sign up for it. All you got to do is donate $1. Click the link to register. A lot of blue text. It's really hard to read, but you can play. It will run from Sunday, April 23rd through Saturday, May 27th. So you got 35 days to play. All you got to do is play a maximum of 12 games. Get some minimum, like try and do all 12. Then they're going to cut off.
8 is the minimum.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, do all 12.
Play your game, folks.
Play your games. Listen to the Batmouse. He's not just a chef. But yeah, they're going to be cutting off to a top 8, and then after that, the top 8 will conclude. The top 8 will acquire deck lists, and they cannot change through the duration of the top 8. So it is going to go to a good fund, or a good cause. All the donations will go to the pediatric care leukemia treatment in memory of Sean Valdez, who you can look up all the information on Sean, all the lore on him, for instance. Yeah, definitely a good cause, and definitely somebody who's well worth it to remember. And then coming up very soon, the PCE has a bunch, and I do mean a bunch of stuff coming up, including Worlds and Euros in August and September. And then I don't know when Endor Grand Prix is going to be coming, but this month is just jam-packed with local and live Star Wars CCG events. Some coming from Batmouse's Kitchen.
Yep, we've got the Angels game. We're going to do it in conjunction with Star Wars Night at Angel Stadium.
Yep. So
the night before.
Yep. The Kashyyyk League will be playing off this Saturday in Milford, Massachusetts, and then on April 22nd. Check out this for everybody. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 live tournaments going off on April 22nd, including the Ryloth League in the Netherlands, the Pittsburgh League that Kendall alluded to with his donation of the Cad Bane deck box, the Now Huddle League out in Carmel, Indiana, and then the SoCal League will be doing their event out in Anaheim, California, which will coincide with what, Batmouse?
The Angels Star Wars Night. So there's a Mike Trout bobblehead. So we're doing it in conjunction with that. The tournament will actually be in Burbank, but
okay.
Anaheim is where Angel Stadium is, and then we'll be traveling back up to Burbank on Saturday to get our games in there.
Also not on that list. Just announced today by first time poster on the forums, Hoodie DM, is in Lexington, Kentucky, a meet and greet and learn to play event. You can find details on that on forum.starwarsccg.org. But it sounds like he's got a few locals there. 100% I would have been there if I wasn't already committed to going to Pittsburgh, but I would love to see, like, Lexington's only about 3 hours from me, so I would love to see some people there. There's Tennessee people are always saying there's no events in Tennessee. Well, Kentucky's next to Tennessee, and I don't know what's south of Kentucky, but if you live in whatever that state is, then go to it. And I think West Virginia's to the east of Kentucky. So there,
the west,
yeah, you got all sorts of options. If you are in the eastern Midwest, and you on the 22nd, you would either better be in Indianapolis for the Holotheatre event, Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh event, or in Lexington for the Lexington event. Michigan people, you that's a long drive for you. But everyone else, it better be at one of those events, or else you'll have me to answer to.
And we all know that Kendall is the scariest person in Star Wars.
Well, you know what? I just look. There's no Columbus event that week, but like we are building that region. We are building a community, and you just if you build it, they will come. If you come, they will build it. I would love it. I would love it if week 1, if there was a month where week 1 we had a Columbus event, week 2 we had a Pittsburgh event, week 3 we had an Indianapolis event, and week 4 we had a Lexington event. That would be epic.
Yeah.
Stupendous. I'd love that. I mean, I'm not on that side of the country, but I look.
But like people would fly to Columbus for a month and work from out of, I have a spare bed. You can have my bedroom. And just work from home or work from my bedroom and just get every week go to a different event.
There you go. Hey, I mean,
good stuff.
You know what? I think you need to sweeten the deal, Kendall. Not only
I
should
think
you
we're
give
gonna
them their
archive that one.
I think you should include a Cad Bane deck box, breakfast, a continental breakfast from McDonald's or Denny's
for 30 days.
For 30 days, yeah.
Don't know that that's in my budget.
Okay, and okay, fine. Continental breakfast on Saturdays only.
Okay. And
on top of that, a guest appearance on Corn on the Horn.
Okay, yes. If somebody comes and lives with me for a month, you could be on Corn on the Horn.
We'll even let you be on top 8.
Yeah, exactly.
You might actually put your name in the title, and
I'll even let you edit those episodes.
Woo!
That's a big deal. And then later on in the month, the Coruscant League will be having an event on April 29th in Mercerville, New Jersey. And then on the same weekend, the Dagobah League will be holding a local April 30th in Marietta, Georgia. So lots of Star Wars CCG going on this coming month. Like, I'm excited.
And also, if you aren't in the any of those regions, or if you can't, or if Saturdays are bad days for you or whatever, from the 22nd to the 30th is Play Star Wars CCG in Public Week. This is my baby that I had to fight tooth and nail. Not really fight tooth and nail, but I had to mention it multiple times in the marketing Slack.
You mentioned it once.
No, I definitely mentioned it 3 times over the course of 6 months. But
yeah.
This is, and you can do it at one of these events, but you don't have to be in an event. You can be just with your buddy, go to a Panera Bread, take your picture, post it on social media, hashtag, whatever the hashtag is. Is it just Star Wars CCG in public? Now I'm forgetting.
It's your baby.
And you can get a Mustafar private platform foil, just for posting a picture of you playing Star Wars cards.
I hear that's a really good docking bay.
I was gonna say, why would anybody want the worst docking bay?
It is the best docking bay in the game.
But
I've almost found the hashtag.
Play Star Wars CCG in person this month. Unfortunately, there is no OCS. I know
there almost was one.
Tom is very disappointed.
Hashtag SWCCG in public.
The OCS will return next month after a 1 month hiatus. So make sure you guys participate in it. Go play some Star Wars, sling some cards, and maybe make the top 2.
If you don't have any local players, you can go to a Panera or someplace with free Wi-Fi and play on GEMP on your laptop. Just take a picture, make it clear that you're playing Star Wars, like pose with the GEMP image. And we just want to get out there. We want to have pictures of us playing Star Wars CCG at McDonald's. It's gonna be epic.
You know what? Just on top of that, Kendall, if we get pictures of players in Star Wars CCG PC gear during the event, playing playing in public, doesn't have to be. It can be on the computer or in person. If they're wearing PC gear or if they're cosplaying, you'll get a special prize from me.
Special prizes.
But the point is, you can still play. You don't have to travel across the country to play Star Wars cards with people. You can play with your one friend. You don't have to be playing an open format. You can be playing with starter decks. You can be playing with your MBO versus Sikfa decks. That sounds miserable.
It does.
But you can do it if you want. Play Star Wars cards however you want. Honestly, probably if you played Star Wars TCG, nobody would know the difference.
Wow. I mean, one uses dice, the other one doesn't.
Just that. This is what you do. You play Star Wars TCG, but every time you draw a dice, you draw Destiny.
Tom, this is a family show. That's all I'm saying.
What did he say?
I'm not
it's
saying.
In the chat.
It's in chat. You can read it.
Are we encouraged to play with ourselves in public? No, you should definitely look. If you don't have anybody else to play with, then message me. I'll load up a GEMP game. We'll be good. As long as I'm not at work.
And even if I am at work, you can message me and I'll probably play in public.
Yeah, somebody is able to play at work. I mean, I'm able to play at work on Mondays and Thursdays. So I'll play. I don't care. What's the worst thing going to do? Fire me?
We're giving you the opportunity to play cards, people.
Okay, Kendall.
Even in digital form.
Let's talk about the Jawa League, the Jawa format. Again, on last Friday, you came out and you announced the new bannings for the Jawa format.
Yes,
and the other council members.
Yes, after I got home from Nationals, I got on a plane. We flew to the Jawa Council chamber. Taco Bill only flew halfway. And then he stopped in Vegas.
Bill in Vegas? No.
Or maybe it was Hawaii. I don't know.
I can see Bill in Hawaii.
Didn't he used to live in Hawaii?
Going back to Hawaii.
Him and I lived in Hawaii.
Well, both of them. Look. Both Hawaii and Vegas.
Like 2 months.
Hawaii and Vegas are both halfway to the Jawa Council, depending on where you're at and in the country. And along with Timo Dussel, Robbie Hendon, and Eric Hunter. Eric Hunter had to abandon like 12 of his clients because we spent the entire week. We did not eat. We did not sleep. We did not use the restroom. We spent the entire time debating and formulating, sacrificing goats once a day to determine.
What is with you in sacrificing goats?
Look, I don't make the rules.
Yes, you do. You're the head Jawa.
I would not. I may be the most vocal one. I'm a figurehead, if anything.
You're Mr. Utini.
Look.
I'm only on the naming portion.
I might be the face, but there are, I mean, honestly, there are actually 13 of us on the Jawa Council. It's just that there's only so many public figures.
I was gonna say, so you were put onto the Jawa Council, but you're not ranked. You're given the rank of Jawa.
Yeah, something like that. No, that's Echo Base Trooper. But no, actually, he's helped us. He actually wasn't involved. Well, he was only involved because all the stats were public. He's gotten so quick at posting the stats publicly. In the past, we've asked for stats that he's provided, but we didn't need it because it was all up. We looked at the February and March OCS stats, as well as nationals, as well as our guts. And just general understanding of how stuff works and stuff.
Yep. So let's get to it.
So the ban list for light side: communing, they have no idea we're coming, old allies, the force is strong in my family, and quiet mining colony.
Okay.
Dark side was route tier operations virtual, bring them before me. A great tactician creates plans, which is the Thrawn objective. Nobody's ever used that full title before.
I have.
Boba Fett's blaster rifle V and an entire legion of my best troops. So the last several ban lists, we've been like, well, we'll ban the Yoda, we'll ban the Qui-Gon, we'll ban the whatever, some combination. But at this point, it's like communing has been the best mains deck has been a communing deck for the last 2 years. So throw communing in the garbage.
Okay.
It's so good I even used it.
And although Skywalker Saga, I don't think is quite as bad as communing in that sense. It just is like, those are the obvious mains decks. Let's throw the obvious mains decks in the garbage.
I mean, like,
there was,
I can see like the Anakin Skywalker saga, the Luke Skywalker saga. I mean, it must have just killed your teammate Chris Kelly when you announced that. First of all, but
well, you notice that there is one deck that is not banned.
I know.
That is a deck that Chris Kelly kind of likes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he's just glad that, because in the past we've banned Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight for no reason except for that certain casual people have complained in the past to me about him.
That's fair.
I don't think although I don't know that I've gotten any feedback from him specific to this list, but just like those, I just feel like those are, I'm just tired of seeing them. I mean, it's unfortunate that people can still probably play the Pyre deck or the Your Mom deck without Saga. And then also, like, let the Wookiee win is 100% an option. So there still are light side mains options, but just like, I don't know.
You can always play There Is Good in Him. I mean, I hear it's a good deck.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, There Is Good in Him is, according to Robbie, There Is Good in Him is not a mains deck.
Yeah, it's not.
It's because it's the EPP hit and run. Yeah, it plays different. It plays differently than like an these other than most of these other mains decks. No Idea is just dominant.
Yeah.
And Quiet Mining Colony we tacked on just because it was one of those that where, like, if you want to cut off the top and you don't want to cut off the top and then have one deck be the absolute best, you want it to be, if you think of it like a mountain, you cut off the top of the mountain, you get a mesa that's like a big, lots of options. You don't want to cut off the top of a mountain and there's like a tree in the middle of it. So we hit Quiet Mining Colony. We thought about doing like I think somebody had suggested Ancient Watering Hole or like Cloud City Celebration. Yeah. But I just think, like, it's like, if you ban one of those pieces of the Quiet Mining Colony puzzle, you do lower the power level of Quiet Mining Colony, but it's not like it creates a new deck. It's just a worse quiet mining colony. And if we're sick of it, we're sick of it. So throw it in the garbage.
No, it makes sense.
And then Old Allies is just an easy target. You know, a lot of people don't like Old Allies. 0 Hour was 0 Hour. It was 0 Hour and not Old Allies. And I sent to the people, and we got 2 of the 3 other members signed off on the list. The 4th member, whose vote will remain anonymous.
Who was it?
He said, wait a minute. Old Allies is there, not there, and 0 Hour is there. We should. And then like the other 2 people were like, well, Kendall made a good argument for having Old Allies, keeping it around, and 0 Hour being banned. And I was like, I don't remember making that argument. I want 0 Hour. Like, really? Honestly, if there is I like 0 Hour a lot. I want 0 Hour to be the best deck in a format. And
okay,
I mean, I want it to have its moment. So if there was a tree in the middle of the mesa, I hope mesa is the right word.
Oasis?
Plateau is the word I was looking for.
That's a magic card.
Plateau is definitely the word I was looking for. Sorry, I don't know what a mesa is.
Black Mesa?
Back.
So
what is a mesa in geography terms? Isolated, broad, flat top mountains with at least one steep side. Okay, so I sort of was correct, even though I was thinking of the wrong word.
So why don't we get more into? So why don't we talk about the dark side list?
The dark side. Rops and Brigham are just still 2 of the best decks.
I mean, we literally just saw like Hayes and Charlie both played Rops in the finals for nationals.
And nobody likes Rops. Rops should burn in a fire.
I like Rops.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You like winning with Rops. You don't like playing against it.
I do, actually, because it's not a hard deck to win against. I mean, if you put it in like the hands of a scrub, like me.
Okay, true. If you say so.
I do say so.
And then okay, but yeah, those are the 2. Those are like the clear 2 top. Like this meta, it's like we have some clue as to what the meta looks like, but it's not as solved as it is sometimes. It's just that people want to play Jawa now, so we got to make sure that the list is always valid. We can't just change it once a year. When Open's at its worst. Open's actually really good right now, so there's a few decks that rise above, and then I think there are a lot of options. So if we wanted to, we could have like 12 cards on each of these lists.
So I was actually going to ask that. So why are you limiting yourself to like 5 cards for both sides?
What decks do you have built right now?
On me?
Yeah, like physically built.
Oh, none. I take my decks apart after every tournament.
What decks so there's an event on Saturday. What decks are you prepared to bring to play on Saturday?
Next Saturday?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you because you're going to be there.
I mean, how many decks do you have that
I can build any deck I want. Like I said.
Okay, well then you're a bad example.
Yes,
let's use me as an example. I usually have about 2, 3, 4 decks of each side that I know how to play. And
why don't we use a real player if we're going to talk like that? Justin Desai or
no, because Justin Desai isn't the target audience for Jawa.
No.
Okay, fine. Cal Aldred.
I don't know what decks Cal Aldred has built.
Probably has. Well, yeah, I don't think he has.
So, but the point. Let me make my point. So you asked me the question, I'm gonna answer it. So you have like 2, 3, 4 decks of each side that you that you could play. You have a big Jawa ban list of if you have 4 decks, I want to hit 2 of those decks.
Okay.
I don't want to hit all 4 of those decks.
That's
because the biggest mistake that we have ever made on the Jawa Council was when we banned Walkling. and when we banned Force Push. Because for that whatever it was, Jawa Brawl or Jawa's whatever Jawa event, after when we did that, every single player, every single game they had to build a new deck or at least update an existing deck.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the point of Jawa, it's to keep your opponent from, or I mean, I think this is kind of because we've had a lot of soul searching as to what's the point of Jawa. Is it to get people to build new decks? No, it's not. That's what a lot of formats are.
Okay.
And I think that's why they fail.
That's fair.
Jawa is to keep your opponent from playing a deck you're sick of. And it is so that if you have a deck built that you can't play in open because it's not quite good enough, that maybe you can play it in Jawa.
Okay.
So
That's
like
fair.
court has remained just below good enough for a while now. I know that people play it at stuff. I know that people have had some success with it recently. Joker King just went 1100-0 in the or when I think he went 5-0 with it in this last event. Yeah, I know you can.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a notch lower than a lot of stuff, and it gets to have a format where it shines. Diplo. Everybody's been talking about Brad Kipple playing Diplo and doing well in all the Jawa events. Diplo is a deck that's like not quite good enough for open, but a lot of work went into that deck, both designing those cards and building the deck and learning the deck. Somebody should be allowed to play that deck.
Absolutely.
Okay. No, I agree. I agree with you. I think
that 5 or 6, 4 to 6 cards on each side is the sweet spot.
Okay.
We're actually discussing, like what it would. We actually have had discussions of like what it would look like if we banned 12 cards on each side, and basically after a certain point, you just end up with Twix mains versus Twix mains. Like you just, whatever. Yoda's Hut non-virtual, and then play a bunch of main characters. You know.
Okay.
You're not, because you're going to do that before you play Agents of the Court, or at least I am.
I'm not. Agents of the Court is really good.
I disagree. I think that it can be okay, but like the average player.
Well, I'm going to say Ryan Jelson is not your average player.
I agree that Ryan Jellison is not. Again, Ryan Jellison, not necessarily the target audience for Jawa. The target audience for Jawa is the 100 people that play in the Jawa Brawl.
That's fair. But I mean, Ryan Jellison plays in the Jawa Brawl.
Well, yeah, I know. Look, but you're talking about top players.
I know.
And top players that do well in open are not necessarily the target for Jawa, because we want, just like, I mean, it's not, they're not the target, but like, I'm not going to use their outlier performance to justify making a decision. First of all, I mean, that's why Dylan is on the council now, because he was so, because I like him, and because he performs so well and plays so many Jawa games.
Well, to be fair though, he plays everything.
Yeah, but specifically, I have noticed him doing well in Jawa events, like more so than I have noticed other people doing well in Jawa events, and especially playing prolifically and stuff.
Yeah. So one last question before we get off the topic of Jawa.
Can we talk about dark side cards?
Yeah, I guess.
I'll go through them fast, but
Okay.
But so a great tactician creates plans. The Thrawn objective.
Yeah.
Thrawn has taken a hit, but it's been everywhere for the last 3 months.
Yes.
People are sick of it. I don't know that there are a lot of people who are like, I wish that I could play more Thrawn.
Me.
I mean, but you still can. Like, it's still
know,
playable.
I know.
It's still very much playable and open. But I think more people are sick of it, and that's that's what this ban list is about hitting the stuff that people are sick of. So Boba Fett's blaster rifle falls into a similar boat of Quiet Mining Colony, where carbon chamber testing is not necessarily a tier 1 deck right now, but once you remove some of its biggest threats with communing, it makes it a little bit different. And hitting Boba Fett's blaster rifle as opposed to hitting the objective, there actually are other versions of the deck, other interesting versions of the deck that you can play without Boba Fett's blaster rifle that are fundamentally different from the current version.
Okay, and then
lastly, entire Legion of my best troops breaks the rules of the game, and every once in a while has and like multiple times in the last year, people have figured out how to exploit it.
You can mention the certain someone he's not in the chat anymore.
I mean, it's not just Tom. If it was just Tom, then I would say keep it. But
I know.
But I mean, Joe Olsen has been playing Rocks Nines.
Yeah, Joe Olsen played it at Nats.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's
played them both back to back.
And because and not only because, first of all, because you end up playing against it, and you're just like, I'm so tired of dealing with this. So and then also, it's, since this is going to be a topsy-turvy imbalanced format, I don't want somebody to be able to take advantage of such an obvious exploit.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Well, there you have it, straight from the head Jawa's mouth, everybody. There's your Jawa ban list.
I told you I'm not the head Jawa.
That's what the head Jawa would say if he didn't want anyone to know he was the head Jawa.
He is not wrong. So why don't we get to talking to the Batmouse himself? So I know he has his back turned to us right now, but he is slaving away in the kitchen like the champ he is, cooking stuff that is making me jealous of the fact that I had leftover Chinese for dinner. But so Batmouse, you are on probably one of the hottest streaks that I've seen from anybody in the last couple of weeks. You made the top 4 of the game PC, and then you went to nationals on almost literally a week before.
I wasn't going to nationals, and then I was like, oh, I can make it.
Yeah,
and then wound up at nationals.
Yeah, you ended up going, and you made your first top 8. And not only did you make your first top 8, but you got to the top 4. And I mean, that's quite a showing.
That was topsy-turvy. That was a lot of hard work from multiple people just calming me down, talking me through things. And I want to say a special thank you to Dylan and to Brad Reinhold and the Killer Bees and the Edward Gentleman Club. Dan Tartaglione is a member of the Killer Bees. Just the talk through before, during, and after day 1, it really put me on where I needed to be.
Mm-hmm. So let's first talk about the decks that you played. You played some. Well, Matt Thornton's on chat, so he just said he's just late, but he's here now for you. So for Darkside, for day 1, you ended up going with a set your course for Alderaan deck, which it seems like it's the prototypical Killer Bees decks. Like, I know Brad Reynolds had really good success with it, and now you take your own variant and you take it into day 1. So what made you decide to go with this deck, and what were some of the card choices that you went that are not typical?
So obvious, the most obvious, not typical portion of that deck is going to be that I'm a big fan of tractor beams. And a lot of people on Saturday, at least, weren't.
I like
making
that.
a whole bunch of Sean Charles and the Falcons out there. Sean Charles and the Falcon. For those of you that don't know, when you tractor beam a light side ship that doesn't have any characters aboard it, it becomes a dark side ship.
Really?
And so it become, yeah. I mean, it becomes Sean Charles and the Falcon. The Bright Hope became the Dark Hope. I mean, you have to make up your own name for him. But yeah.
So,
Uh,
so let's talk about that for like, how did you find that out? And did you use a Sean Charles and the Falcon against
You
someone?
didn't know that, Dan?
I did not know that.
That's like,
I mean,
it's like in paragraph 7 of the tractor beam rules.
yeah, in Appendix C.
Well, clearly I have never, ever read the tractor beam rules because they were not legal on GEP for like ever. And I've only experienced them once in real life play, and I still beat them.
Yeah. Tractor beams are fun. I mean, so yes, you can fight your opponent out of space, but they have an opportunity to come back and fight you again and again and again with retrieval, extra copies of the card. If you just straight up steal them, capture them, put them away, you never have to fight them again that game. That's, I mean, the whole point of the story is don't fight me, bro. And that that points it out quite well.
So you ran the tractor beams, and you ran the stuff that supported those, such as the in the range. You also ran a laser cannon battery with flawless maneuver. Why those two? Like, I understand the laser cannon battery, but why did you add the flawless maneuver?
And flawless marksmanship.
Oh, sorry.
Flawless marksmanship adds 2 when you're using it used, and 4 when you're using it locked to a tractor beam or a starship cannon. So so if you use the Tyrant and a tractor beam, you get +1 from the Tyrant, +2 from in range, +4 from the flawless marksmanship.
I believe that's 6 if I do my math correct. No, 7 if I do my math correct.
That's 7. Yeah, +7 to target any starship except for a Moncal. I'll take that. And that, you can wind up with a whole bunch of Sean Charles and the Falcons that way. But +7 when you're firing at home 1 that was never on the table.
Yeah.
When you're firing at anything, you're not gonna get better than that. You could draw 1 and still capture pretty much everything.
Okay. So now I okay, there we go. So you took this deck. How did you do with this Set Your Course for Alderaan?
So I went 2-2 with Set Your Course for Alderaan.
Okay.
And on day 1, and that was like a great game with Jeff Levine. Spectacular game that came down to just me grabbing the wrong card. And that was a great game. And then I won my other 2 games, stealing Sean Charles and the Falcons along the way. And then I wound up playing Charlie Arlington in game 8 when we were both already in and we were just having fun. And he had a great card. He had the redraw Destiny card. If he doesn't have the redraw the Destiny card, I capture a starship and probably win that game at that point.
Oh, the you have your moments?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
you do have your moment to redraw my bottom Destiny, which would have captured his starship.
Oh.
And yeah, so very, very good.
Yeah. Okay. And then as for light side, and this is very unlike a Batmouse. Let's pull that one up as well. You played Yoda Communing.
I did play Yoda Communing.
What? How?
Yeah,
why
I
did the
played
Batmouse?
real cards. It was super strange.
You played lightsabers.
Yeah, and mains.
And
that was strange enough as it was. But again, that Dylan had a great list, and he lent me his list. And I wasn't happy with where QMC was sitting in the meta, which is one of my favorite decks. I've been playing Y40 into the dirt, and so I really like that. But I just felt like changing it up a little bit, and started having a little bit of success. I was able to throw a couple people off earlier by not playing a straight Batmouse deck, Dead Bothan, during the Gem PC, and so I figured, I'll hang with it, and look, it worked.
Okay.
So yeah.
So and then, how did you go? How did you do with this Yoda communing?
I don't think I lost a game with it. No, I did lose one game. I did lose one game to Jeff Levine.
Well, this is your day one
Sunday.
deck. I was going to say this is your day one deck we're talking about.
Oh, I went undefeated with it, and then Carl Koenig also had the other Yoda community, and we'd been talking about it all weekend. And combined, we went 7-1.
Who did?
Carl Koenig. My boy.
Oh yeah, I know. Carl, after our tournament out in Columbus, was asking me for tips, and I'm just like giving him a lot of the same stuff. So
I don't like his list. I don't like Carl's list. I don't like Carl's list. He may have beaten me, but he always wants to play like 45 copies of R2 and Red 5, and
what's wrong with that? It's a Destiny 7 card.
You just put in a copy of Abyss, but I don't have to worry about that because only Batmouse plays that card.
Yeah.
No, I don't. It's too many. It's too many. I don't even know. I don't even look at Batmouse's list. I'm not prepared. I was just here to talk about Jawas.
I had 5 R2 and Red 5 in my list.
You did? Okay.
4 on my day 1, 5 on my day 2.
So let's get into your day 2 really quick and talk about that. So what were some of the changes that you made? Like Saturday night, what was going through your mind? You're in your first top 8. What was going through your mind as you prepare to?
Carl had 6. Carl had 6 R2 and Red 5 in his list.
Well, Carl's special. So
what was going through my mind was that was a really great dinner, and where is Matt Thornton's wallet?
So you were cool, like no thought processes, no worries or anything.
Well, I mean, I knew what I wanted, the holes that I needed to spackle over. Like I needed to put in a free ride combo.
Okay.
Because I had run into 2 players playing Rops 9s on day 1. I ran into Joe Olson playing Rops 9s, and I wound up playing Greg Shaw back to back Rops 9s. And I was able to get past both of those. And so I'd really kind of like a free ride combo to shut that down. And so that went in. I'm pretty sure I put another R2 and Red 5 in, and they talked me off of the ledge of changing over to a different deck, which I appreciate. I really do.
I was going to say, what deck were you thinking about playing?
Y40.
So a Batmouse deck.
Y40 Jedi Bus.
Oh. Well, that's
so like
deck.
the melding of a Batmouse deck and a real deck.
Okay. Matt Thorne in the chat, Kendall, has quoted. He's saying, "When Carl told me how many R2 and Red 5s he was playing, he became aroused." So that's the difference between him and you, Kendall.
Aroused is the word that was censored out of the chat?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't play against Carl's Yoda Muning R2 and Red 5s as many times as I have.
No, but he has.
Do you want me to send you a copy of Abyss?
He's been trying to make that. No, because I always win. He's been trying to make that deck work since last summer.
I mean, it worked this past Saturday.
Yeah.
For maybe with 4 to 5 R2 and Red 5s, but not with 6.
So
well, I guess he had the same record as me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He did beat me. He did beat me in the consolation, but I finished ahead of him. So
and that's all that matters.
So, and then Batmouse. Let's talk about your day 2 deck. So you decided to run it back with your Set Your Course for Alderaan. Did you really make any changes with this one?
That one got something special planned, close call, and
you put in this. I don't know. I'm assuming you can't see it, but for those who are watching at home, you decided you put in Abyss. Why?
Yeah, well, I had Abyss in on day one as well. So
did you?
Abyss was in on day one. Abyss was great because it hit Lee Edwards for Master Luke and Rey in the same fight.
Oh, that's me.
And you know what? If I ever make day 2 at a major, you know that I'm putting Kendall cards in there. I'm gonna play Corran Horn in my light side deck, even if he's not the best answer for undercover spies. I'm probably gonna play Court, even if it's not like the ideal deck.
Court 12 card throne room.
You know, if Batmouse makes day 2, he's got to play Abyss.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, the advice from the Endor Gentleman Club was, great job making the top 8. Now go get drunk, stay up till 5 a.m. and then stick with the girl that got you to the dance that you brought to the dance.
Endor Gentlemen's Club, is that team 5?
No, it's the better team from Seattle.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. Team 5 is like global, where the Endor Gentlemen's Club is like mostly.
Okay. I'm thinking about who was there, and yeah. I don't know who, but I guess it was I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the first half of the discussion. It's fine.
Well, spoiler alert. I know Brad and myself, we kind of went to bed early, so Batmouse had to survive on other means, and you did.
Yep.
So, is it official? Has the alliance sealed itself?
So there is, at the very least, the Splinter Cell alliance, which that turned out really great. And I want to thank Stubbly and Carl Koenig, Matt Thornton. Those guys really talked me off the ledge and helped me make help me with a couple of lines of play Saturday night. So that was massive too.
That's funny because I was with you guys and I don't remember any of that.
That's because you were probably drunk.
I was worried about trying to get the Switch set up unsuccessfully.
Just so you know, we do have another member of the It Could Be Worse team. Chris Kelly has joined us.
Yay!
Hi, Chris Kelly.
So,
Kendall gonna put Corran Horn in his WAP deck.
I can see it.
I don't even know what cards are in WAP.
Well, WAP's not a real deck right now, so
I just know that all I know is that you fight them at the throne room. That's all I know about WAP.
Yeah.
And then you get mad. Isn't that the one that's like if you draw a good destiny, you make it bad?
You cancel it if it's greater than a 3. You pay 1 to cancel it.
Yeah. Right.
Luckily, I played Court. Never happened.
I'm going to say this. WAP is probably my favorite light side deck. So I know that's not Chris Kelly's favorite light side deck, but it's definitely one of his favorites. Can we make it better, Chris, please?
I mean, look, it's there's a format where it's pretty playable, I'll bet.
Yeah, I know, but Invasion is playable in that format too. So
perfect.
Yeah, epic fights at the throne room. Okay, so again, Batmouse, congratulations on your multiple top 4s. I will be watching your career with great interest.
Thank you, Chancellor.
I mean, I got the look down. So before we head off for the night, I think it's time for Batmouse to do his card challenge. Sure. We've been doing like regularly, like what card is underneath this V card. So we're gonna mix it up tonight. Batmouse, you're gonna get yourself a lore challenge. We haven't done one in a while.
We haven't done a lore challenge in a while.
So what you're going to do is I'm going to give you 45 seconds. I'm going to read the lore to you.
The lore is Female Trade Federation.
Close.
Spy.
I
think she's a spy, right?
Yeah, I have like one more.
Dr. Afra, she's
Hey,
Female Trade Federation spy, right?
Shush. Yeah.
Okay.
But no, we got to get Batmouse has stuff to do. He's got a family.
Look, you invited me on. You invited me on. I don't know.
But so I'll read the lore, and then after I read the lore, you'll get an option of either the type of card or the set. And then you'll have 45 seconds to guess what the card is.
Okay.
So, putting up the lore right now. The lore is even the most effective of operations. Whoa, even the most effective of operations can be easily mired under the Republic's plethora of procedural red tape. And I can
have the card type.
The card type or the set.
Card type.
Would you want the card type?
Yeah.
It is in effect.
Is it Enter the Bureaucrat?
Well, I'm gonna put your timer up. You have 45 seconds. You can think about it. Your time.
Is it Enter the Bureaucrat?
Is that your final answer?
Yes. That's my final answer.
Yeah, it's Enter the Bureaucrat.
Yeah, it's a great card.
I know it is. I thought you would not know the lore. I know it's one of your favorite cards, but I didn't think you were going to know the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get you, and I didn't do it. But I think that's all we got for tonight, everybody. So again, I want to thank our co-host Kendall and giving some insight into the behind the scenes of the Jawa Council. I also want to thank.
Notice that the Jawa Council chamber looks a lot like my basement.
Well, that's understandable.
Once the lights turned on.
Well, why did we turn on the lights?
Because it was getting too dark. When I was going to the pages with the deck lists, it was like after hours mode. It was getting too dark.
And we also got to say thank you to our top 4 player and legend, Anthony. I am the Batmouse. I am forever Howard. So that's all we got for tonight, everybody. Make sure you guys tune in to the
Thanks,
top
guys.
4 of the. Thank you, Batmouse. Make sure you guys tune in to the top 4 of the GMPC semifinals again this Thursday, 12 Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Don't know who's going to be streaming it yet, but it's definitely going to be somebody fun. And then again, we got some retro stuff coming up. I believe there's going to be a game on this Friday at 7 or 9 Eastern. I can check, but I closed the window. So, but
Dan, are you really better known as DTarTag 1? I feel like most people know you as Dan.
I like to think in my head.
Like for me, it's 50-50.
Also known as. How about that?
Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah.
But you said known as. I don't think you're better known.
And this just in, the Corellia League has announced their next format, Jawa. I'm going to destroy you, Kendall.
Brian
Not
West.
in this, but
yeah. Who knows about me? But Brian West is taking it seriously. He is not messing around. Even though he lives in Nalhutta, Corellia is his home league, and he won some games.
Yeah, I would love to come back and win it, but we'll see what happens. But that's all we got for tonight, everybody. Stay tuned again next week. We'll have more Star Wars CCG stuff. Same Batmouse time, same Batmouse channel. Good night, everybody.
Good luck. Have fun. No revert.